I'm now rolling. Let's get you know, 5 to 7 minutes of just let's talk a little bit about just the formation, the early days, and choice of styles, and you know, let's just free flow a little bit. Let's talk CST early.
Well,
thank you very much.
Not all ones now, not all. It kind of started as you know, we were all leaving mid-continent about the same time. We felt that we needed to get out on the road, make it big time, because we were going to be limited staying in the Midwest. So some various things happened, various members, and it just seemed to be a great time for us to leave the Midwest, and that's when the Boston thing came about. And that would have been in January of 1970. I think we arrived in Boston around the end of January and started practicing at the Buttercup in
Lunenburg, Mass.
That's Lunenburg, Massachusetts. Okay. And we had about 3 or 4 guys. A couple of them played with us tonight that chose not to go with us. They were in the original Red Dogs that this band evolved out of. And we were kind of scrambling to find other players, and Mitch was one of them. And Herman came later. Dave came later. So Mitch is the only one. Mick and Mike.
Yeah, Mike was there in the very beginning.
And Larry, Mitch, Mike, and Larry were the 3 new guys from the Red Dogs. Right. Yep.
We were actually, Larry and I were both playing with the Young Raiders, and Mike was a Wichita talent that we don't, you know, I never had met him before. I didn't know who he was.
Somebody knew of him, though.
Now,
I mean,
when we played,
Richard knew him.
When we played at Jerome's, was that the CST or was that the Red Dogs? And we played down at Revere Beach at the Combat Zone.
Had to be
CST.
Oh,
that was
Combat.
well, we ended up coming, and we had the job was not good, and we had no job, and we were broke in Boston. And we ended up at, remember Jerome's?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we slept on the sofas of the booths at night. And this place was the smallest little place, and Evan would give us, what was that, $1 a piece to eat on for the day.
For the whole day.
Well, yeah, you get 2 slices of pizza for $1, so you had to save your 50 cents for supper. So you can eat a pizza slice at lunch and a slice in the evening. Yes, that was in Jerome.
We got a paying gig finally, but we had to save all the money up to fix the truck.
We had a truck there.
We played Revere Beach, and we played Somerville and Peabody.
Yeah, that's right.
Worcester.
And then we headed up to Canada.
Pittsburgh.
From there,
Pittsburgh,
didn't we head up to Canada from there?
I think you went.
No, we went back to Denver.
Went to Denver, Colorado.
From Chicago.
We played.
You can tell we really remember what we did.
Yeah. Was it Mr. Lucky's in Denver?
Yeah.
It was Mr. Lucky's.
Well,
in Denver.
to cut to the chase here, what happened is we played
the first time
back east. We ended up in Denver. A guy originally from Wichita who was booking bands in Chicago heard us. He books us to start at the Rush Over. In June of 1970.
That's right.
That was happening.
We're new from Kansas, right? And we get there and we are like, wow. And within a short period of time, right within a month or two,
we were the education there.
Well, we were the top band in Chicago.
We were
the top live band.
We were in a big city.
That was our
time. People were lined up at the door to come in to hear us.
The band in Chicago used to come in and sit in with us, and we'd all sit around and smoke cigarettes afterwards.
James Pangel said, "We love coming in and hearing you guys. You play our music better than we do."
The horn parts.
That's what he said.
So let's talk a little bit about that. I was in a band once, and it was hard as hell to get 3 people together and stick together. So talk a little bit about the challenges of having so many pieces and making that work together and keeping it together.
Yeah.
Well,
we were always like each other.
That was the norm back then anyway. I mean, I was in the Flippers. There was 8 in the Flippers. When I joined CST, that made 9. But you know, that was the era of big horn bands, so it wasn't anything unusual.
We were all into that music too. I mean, we were into Chicago, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Sons of Champlin. You know, that was the bands that we loved.
But what he's saying is true. You had to be able to get along with each other.
That's a big.
And it was no, but you know what? We would joke and we'd rib each other, and we'd do it unintentionally in a way, but we still do the same way. We still have the same humor with each other than we had 40 years ago.
Exactly.
It's even
better. I mean,
it's even better.
I've compared it to a marriage, and you know, people are like, "Well, why did you guys break up?" It's like being married to like three different people, and it's like if you guys stop getting along, then you know.
Well, we slipped right into the old thing. It's like 40 years didn't even pass.
Yeah, the years.
It's superfluous, really. The years.
We all love music to start with.
Yeah,
that was the main thing.
Plus,
and then we all wanted to be famous afterwards.
Yeah.
I didn't ever care about the damn money.
That's what most bands in our era. We started to pick up chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we joined the band.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I joined the band.
yeah.
But I liked
when I was
music
14.
first.
Are you kidding?
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, we were good too. We were good.
And we noticed a lack of groupies tonight.
Rich accent, Brendan.
Where's all the groupies
We're all
tonight?
the CST groupies.
They don't have any place to store the walkers.
Oh, yeah, and the oxygen bottles.
The walkers.
Well, we were usually playing to the bartender, so at least you know.
Yeah.
The bartender and the door guy.
One thing we learned.
Well, so was Randy. Randy was playing to the bartender.
We had
too, wasn't